Hello, children. We'll move on to the next part of the story, Fair Play. Okay, in your first part, you saw that there are three characters. First is Juman, his aunt, and Algu Chaudhary. And Algu Chaudhary and Juman are best friends. And Juman starts ill-treating his aunt, so she wants, somebody to speak for her and get her justice. Okay, she feels it's not fair to treat her like that. Of course, it is not fair, but then she's old and doesn't have anyone to support her. First, she tries talking to Juman regarding this, but he just ignores her, saying that he knows what to do. So finally, she tells the people in the village, whomever she knows, that she'll be going to the panchayat to seek justice. Okay, so and she also goes to meet Algu, telling him that you should tell the truth. Okay, I want your support also, and you should come out with the truth. Okay, he doesn't reply anything. He just keeps quiet, but then he thinks about what he says. He keeps thinking, Algu. Okay, so part 2, the panchayat was held the same evening under an old banyan tree. Juman stood up and said, "The voice of the punch is the voice of God. Let my aunt nominate the head punch. I will abide by her decision." Okay, children, this is how a panchayat gathering looks like. Okay, see, this is, these are few people who belong to the panchayat. Okay, this man is the head of the panchayat. This is Juman here, and this is his aunt who's standing here. Okay, see here. So, first Juman starts talking. He says, "Let my aunt nominate." So, what do you mean by nominate? Propose, okay? Propose, suggest someone's name for something, okay? Usually during the elections, people nominate someone, okay? A person, particular person to become the, to stand for the election and try to win the election, okay? So, that is the nomination. And then abide by. What is abide by? Is to accept. Okay, he says, let her choose one person. Okay, select one person or suggest, I'll listen to them, he says. Okay, the punch knows neither friend nor enemy. What do you say to Algu Chaudhary? The old lady announced. Okay, so now first after Juman starts talking, his aunt says, the punch, that is a group of people, the members of the panchayat, they don't have any, they are not partial. Okay, they are not favoring anyone, nor they are discriminating about against any other person. So she said, no, it knows neither the friend nor the enemy. Okay, it treats all people equally. That is what she means. Okay, and she says, what do you have to say about Algu Chaudhary? What is your decision regarding that person? Fine, replied Juman, hiding his joy over this unexpected piece of luck. Here, what Juman thinks is that Algu has come to support him. Okay, so he was very happy and he says, fine. And then just keeps quiet. Chachi, you are aware of my friendship with Juman, said Algu. Okay, so he says, you know how close both of us are? Okay, I know that, replied the aunt, but also know that you will not kill your conscience for the sake of friendship. God lives in the heart of the punch, and his voice is the voice of God. And the old lady explained her case. Okay, Algo says, you have asked me, you have come to me to support you, but you also know that I am Juman's very good friend. Okay, and then she says, I know that, but you will listen to your conscience. That is your inner voice. Something which says that what you're doing is right or wrong. Okay, so, and then the voice of the punch, okay, whatever the punch says is like the God's decision, the final decision. No one can go against it, okay? So, I know that you will not do anything against that. So, you just, support me, she just asks indirectly, okay? Juman, said Algu, you and I are old friends. Your aunt is as dear to me as you. Now I am a punch. You and your aunt are equal before me. What have you to say in defense? Okay, so they have Juman's aunt has selected Algu to be the head. Okay, so he says, you and I are close friends, Juman, and your aunt is like my aunt itself. She's very dear to me. Now I am the Panch. Okay, I have become a Panch, that is the head of the Panchayat. So you both are equal to me. What do you have to say in that? Okay, against what is your part of the case? Okay, what do you have to say? What is your opinion? 3 years ago began Juman. My aunt transferred her property to me. I promised to support her as long as she lived. I have done all I could. There have been a couple of quarrels between my wife and her, but I can't stop it. Now my aunt is claiming a monthly allowance from me. This is not possible. That's all I have to say. Okay, Jiman says that I agree that my aunt gave her property to me and I have been taking care of her. But now and then there are quarrels between my wife and her, and I am not able to solve this problem at all. But now she wants a monthly allowance which I cannot afford to, okay, which is I'm not it's not at all possible for me to give anything, he says, and keeps quiet. Juman was cross-examined by Algu and others. Then Algu announced, "We have gone into the matter carefully. In our opinion, Juman must pay his aunt a monthly allowance or else the property goes back to her." Now the two friends were seldom seen together. The bond of friendship between them was broken. In fact, Juman was Algu's enemy and wanted his revenge. Okay, so what happens? Algu announces that whatever his Juman's aunt is asking is fair, okay, because she's old and she needs some money to, to feed herself, and he just and everybody goes away. Okay, that becomes the final decision. But then what happens? There is the friendship between Algu and Juman is now gone. Okay, Juman starts treating Algu as his enemy, and seldom. Okay, seldom is rarely. Okay, they both were not. They did not want to confront each other. Especially Juman, he thinks Algu would have supported him. He thought that, but then he sees that he doesn't support him, and he in fact supports his aunt. So we'll see what happens in the next part in your next video, children. Okay, thank you for watching.